On this episode of Hollywood Treasure. This is the holy grail of Planet of the Apes. Everything in this movie is iconic. All the costumes are iconic. The weapons are iconic. And it's all cool looking. I mean, it could bring $200,000. It's amazing. My name is Joe Madalena. I hunt for iconic treasure from the movies and TV shows you love and auction them for prices you wouldn't believe. Together with my team of talented investigators, I will scour the globe to uncover Hollywood treasure. Hey guys, good morning.
Hi, Joe.
Hey, good morning.
Well, we have a lot to do. I want to find Hollywood's lost treasures. These things are out there. So do we have any more leads? What's going on?
Bill Boyd has the wax figure and costume from the Nutty Professor, Jerry Lewis. And it has the real prosthetic teeth, his glasses, shoes, I mean, the whole thing.
That's a good lead. I think that's a marquee piece. You guys set a meeting, we'll put that on the list, and then what else? Any other ones?
Christopher Judge. We first met him because he authenticated the Jaffa head from Stargate.
Follow up with him because obviously he was the star of the show. He's got to have contacts. Love to have a Stargate section.
Yes.
What else?
Ed Gogin, Planet of the Apes collector.
Right, okay.
He potentially has the Lawgiver statue, 9 feet tall.
Wow.
From the original Planet of the Apes.
With the new movie coming out, this material is going to really be hot. We don't have a lot of time. Set a meeting.
Okay.
Let's go. No, that would be an unbelievable thing. We're in Orange County. We're going to go see Ed Gogin to see his Planet of the Apes collection. This could be a huge coup for our auction. Items from Planet of the Apes are highly collected. Everything from that movie sells for really good prices. The Lawgiver is absolutely something we have to get.
Gentlemen.
How are you?
Good, nice to meet you.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
This is Joe Madalena.
How are you? Thank you so much for having us come. We're so excited to be here.
My first pursuit, something that I really wanted to do, is I wanted to get one costume of every simian character in the movie. This is the hero gorilla costume from the first film. It was also used in the second film and the fifth film. And it has the ammo belt.
Wow. Most times when we get these, you get remnants. You don't get an ammo belt. You never get the boots. You've got a matching set. These are getting increasingly hard to find. Costumes like this now are bringing $20,000 or $30,000. In the old days, you could pick these up for $1,000.
Right.
It's amazing the difference in value.
The orangutan costume actually has the true glyphs. You just cannot seem to find it. They're usually missing.
This one's in phenomenal condition.
Here's one of the orangutan boots.
These boots are so rare. A gun like this that used to be $1,000 is probably $5,000 or $10,000 now because they've just vanished. You have an original Billy Club, super rare.
I actually got that from a relative of a grip on the set.
You're talking, $5,000 just because they just don't exist. Ed's collection of Planet of the Apes items is fantastic. One of the best I've ever seen. It's worth at least $100,000. But you know what? I'm here to get you the Lawgiver statue because that's a cover piece. That's the kind of thing I want for my auction.
But what do you think?
Wow, speechless. When I walked into Ed's backyard and saw the statue, I was blown away because you don't realize how big it is until you're standing there. It's really impressive. The Lawgiver is who the apes look up to. It's their leader. So you put this on the cover of the catalog, people are going to be like, oh my God, it's amazing. How did you get it?
I ended up outbidding 20th Century Fox, who was trying to reacquire it for their own museum. The surviving spouse of the producer actually picked it up right out of her backyard.
Looking at this Lawgiver statue, it's definitely studio construction. I can tell by the way it's made. But more importantly, the provenance is impeccable. It went from the producer's estate to Ed's backyard, so it doesn't get much better than that. This is one of the most impressive film artifacts I've ever seen. I could easily see this selling for $100,000.
I was very, very surprised to hear what the statue was worth. Now I feel I need to contact my insurance company and put a rider on my insurance policy.
This has the wow factor. Seeing this thing, I was blown away. We get dribs and drabs of Planet of the Apes that come into the auction, but to see all of this in one place, it's remarkable. Everything in this movie is iconic. All the costumes are iconic. The weapons are iconic. The Lawgiver is iconic. I just see it always be one of those films that collectors will always want because it's all cool looking. We have to somehow now convince you you don't want this anymore. The Lawgiver statue is on my list of things that I've got to auction. I would love more than anything to go home today and go to sleep and say, I've got it. If somebody said, here's $150,000, how would you feel? So that's my sales pitch. These would do really good at auction. I mean, $20,000 to $40,000.
Just these?
Just these.
Wow.
The Lawgiver statue is one of the most impressive film artifacts I've ever seen. We have to somehow now convince you don't want this anymore. Your wife was telling me that there's this trip she wants to go on, there's this remodeling she wants to do.
Yeah, I don't know. And I feel that every year I wait, it becomes worth more.
You're looking at $100,000. I mean, it could bring $200,000. I mean, life-changing amount of money. You know, I just always say to myself, gee, if somebody said, here's $150,000, how would you feel? So that's my sales pitch.
This thing has a lot of personal attachment to me. The more it sits in my backyard, the more I think it belongs here. And it's just one of those things I think that I have such passion and such want for that you get personally attached to. It becomes an extension of your own personality.
Well, truly, when you're ready, we would love to sell it. We walked out of there with nothing. When someone has an emotional attachment to something, no matter what I say, that is an impossible thing to overcome. They're not ready to sell yet, and there's nothing I can do to convince them. It's really difficult when you see things that you want, like the Lawgiver, and they're just not ready to sell them. So I'm hoping when I get back to the office, somebody's got a good lead.